it might sound so simplistic, but it is really this easy in order to get rid of that nightmare. You just need to understand what the emotion is and then use it in a productive way. So when you wake up, go and do that thing that you feel you need to do. Nightmares is something that I get asked about all the time because we all have them, but we don't know how to get rid of them. And really, in order to get rid of them, we need to start to understand what dreams are all about, what our nightmares are trying to tell us, so that we can use the message of the nightmares, get rid of them, and then lead a happier life. So what I want to do is share with you 3 easy steps that are going to help you to get rid of your nightmares forever. And before I tell you about my 3 steps, what I want to do is share with you a quote from Sigmund Freud. And Sigmund Freud was the pioneer of psychoanalysis. And without him, we wouldn't have psychology, therapy, and counseling in the same way we do now. So he's really, really big, important person in my world. And what Freud said was that dreams are a window into our subconscious. They share with you what it is that's going on up here that you're not too sure about and allow you to still feel them in that moment. And going into the science for a second, the reason that is because when we're dreaming, we don't have anything else going on in our head because we're asleep. So instead of being able to distance ourselves from our emotions in the moment by someone across the street who looks pretty good, seeing a car, or just talking to someone, our mind picks up on that emotion and starts to relay that emotion to us in terms of our imagination. And that's why dreams can be so real, because it's our brain just trying to share with us what's going on in our bodies in that moment. So then, in order for us to understand what our nightmares are trying to tell us and to get rid of them, we need to start to understand what's going on in us in that moment. So Freud had a lot to do with not only how to get rid of the dreams, but the science behind the dreams themselves. So leading on from that, step number 1 is to understand what the emotions are behind the dream. And this is something that I share with so many people on my YouTube channel, because people come to me and say, what do my dreams mean? And they tell me about their dream, but really what I want to concentrate on is how you feel in that dream. And by you understanding how you feel, you're able just to take a step back and go, okay, I understand all this stuff happened in the dream, but what's actually happening to me in that dream? Because I could see something and be excited about it. You could see something and be scared about it. So if I dreamt the same dream as you, something really exciting is about to happen in my life. And I'm interested in finding out more about that exciting thing and capitalizing on it. Whereas you see something and you feel scared about it. So what is it in your life that makes you feel scared? So we're talking about nightmares. So I guess we should talk about something which is scary. So as an example, that scary feeling can be linked to, I don't know, a work project, an exam coming up, asking someone out, not feeling adequate or good enough to achieve something that's coming up in your life. So you have that feeling, a dream comes up, which demonstrates what that feeling is to you, such as someone who's going to attack you, losing someone, not feeling good enough in the moment, even falling from a cliff because you feel out of control, not able to gain control over your life in that moment. So then, understand what that emotion is. That's step number 1. And step number 2 is to relate that emotion to a real world experience. And that can be something in the past, but something that's happened today, or also something in the future. It's about you understanding that that emotion is trying to share with you a message, trying to get you prepared, trying to tell you there's something not right, something that you need to do in order to understand and create a new way to connect to that thing. So really, that dream could really help you, because if you've got an exam coming up and you dream about not knowing enough, maybe you need to start to think to yourself, okay, what more revision do I need to do in order to feel more prepared? It's really easy step. And I know it might sound so simplistic, but it is really this easy in order to get rid of that nightmare. You just need to understand what the emotion is and then use it in a productive way. So when you wake up, go and do that thing that you feel you need to do. That can be revising more. It can be working out more, knowing something, doing something, just following on from what you feel is lacking in your life. Because usually nightmares are connected to feeling scared, feeling anxious, or not knowing something. So once you know that thing, all of a sudden, you're in a more informed and empowered way in life. You feel better about being you and about that whole situation that you're going to have to deal with. So then, start to relate to that dream as something which is just telling you a message. Those emotions are coming up and they're just trying to share with you something. See it as a positive thing. I know it's not nice to feel that scary thing, but at least you're going to feel more empowered, because it's a cheat code telling you what you're missing out on, telling you what you need to do in order to feel better. And the last step, step number 3, is to finish that dream, because dreams can come up again and again and again. And what they're trying to do is to get you into that better position. But sometimes you get stuck in a loop, going over and over again, not able to shift it. And this is a really nice way in order to get rid of not just the dreams that happen every so often, but a repetitive dream. And that's something I want to talk more in detail about. So I'll link to that video, which I'm going to create in the future above my head, but also I'll put it in the description box, and it's something for you to look at if you have repetitive dreams, because repetitive dreams are a whole part of your life that you feel is not right. So you need to sort that out when you're awake. But more than that, that dream can get stuck because you're so used to having it. It's just your default response to have that dream every time you sleep. So then, in order to get rid of not just the one-off dreams, but also a repetitive dream, is to finish that dream. Because remember, your brain felt an emotion and is just relaying that to you. And if you don't get a resolution to that situation, your brain's going to go, well, what's happened? Why have I not finished that? Why am I not in control of this? So by you finishing that dream, you're able to feel more in control and better prepared, not just for the day ahead of you, but also when you go to sleep. And then when you go to sleep, you're not going to be scared of going to sleep, because you're going to know what the ending of that dream is. You might need to remind yourself a couple of times just what that is. I'm going to give you a really quick example just to make it real for you. So when I was a kid, I used to have a dream that I used to fall down a hill. And I even remember the hill because it's really close to my house. And someone would let go of my hand and I'd slip down the hill. What I did, instead of just slipping down the hill and being scared of going to sleep, is I finished that dream. I said, well, when that person lets go of my hand, I'm going to stand up straight. If I trip over, I'm going to hang onto a lamppost. And I made it really real, really vivid. I imagined a lamppost. I went back to the place where it was. I was able to look around and see what it was that was going on for me. And I was able to feel the coldness of the lamppost, be able to look at that person who let go of my hand. I was able to better understand and control that whole scenario. So then, when I had that dream again, I could wake up from it and remind myself it's okay, because I'm going to be more prepared and not fall down the hill. I'm not going to let go of that person's hand. I'm going to walk into a shop. I'm going to do something else. You're creating a story in your head. You're using your imagination. Remember, your dreams are your imagination, right? So if you're creating a new imaginary response to that emotion, your brain will automatically go to that. Remember, it might take a couple of times, especially if it's a long-established repetitive dream and a long-established nightmare. But do you see how that repetitive dream gets sorted out? But more than that, when you just have a normal dream, wake up and say to yourself, okay, that dream, whether it's good or bad, let's sit with nightmares for a moment. That nightmare I had, how am I going to use that emotion in order to better my life? So you're scared about something. You think, what am I scared of happening in my day-to-day life? I don't know, an exam coming up. I need to revise for that exam. How much time have I got? What am I going to do? What I like to do also is to have a pen and paper next to my desk or next to my bed as well, all the time, so that I'm able just to write down something really quick, get it on paper, so that I can go back to sleep again. So I'm able to feel prepared, so that when I wake up in the morning, I know there's something there for me to go and do. And that means also that I'm not laying there awake thinking to myself, oh, I've had a nightmare, I don't know what to do with it. Again, that piece of paper just gives me an element of control. So work out how you can gain control over your life using your dreams. Remember, nightmares are there and they're a representation of what's going on in your life. Start using that nightmare, that emotional state, and that whole experience in order to inform you and better prepare you for whatever's going on. In fact, then, you won't be scared of having nightmares anymore. You'll just be looking at them as a signpost telling you how you can be better. In fact, you might get excited about having dreams. You might be excited about going to sleep because it's going to share with you what's going on. To quote Freud again, dreams are a representation of your unconscious or subconscious self. Start seeing that subconscious self or that unconscious way of relating to the world as something that can empower you. Then you can be happy, content, and level up in all different areas of your life. That's the end of the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Why don't you share with me some dreams that you're suffering from and things that you can't control in your life, and I can help you in a future video to get rid of those dreams, help you in other areas, and just answer your questions to help you along your way. So remember to like this video and subscribe. See plenty more to come. Send me a question. Look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.